Jadon Sancho, a name that has stirred up a lot of frustration among Manchester United fans in recent years. His arrival at the Theatre of Dreams from Borussia Dortmund was highly anticipated. However, after 3 years, the English star has left behind an unprofessional image and extremely poor performance. There was a time when Sancho was almost certain to leave due to issues with coach Eric Ten Hag. However, both Ten Hag and Manchester United gave him the chance to return to training and play in friendly matches last summer. Nevertheless, this could be viewed as a strategy to attract partners' attention, as Jaden Sancho has long been linked with a move to Manchester United. Based on the events in August, it seems that we can officially bid farewell to this controversial figure. After an extensive pursuit lasting a year, Manchester United has finally secured an agreement with Borussia Dortmund to bring Jadon Sancho back to Old Trafford in the summer of 2021. The transfer fee of €85 million may seem significant, but many believe it's justified, considering Sancho's standout performances since his move to the Bundesliga from Manchester City. On Sancho's arrival, there was high optimism surrounding Manchester United's squad, which boasted a blend of young and seasoned players, including 2 World Cup winners and the recipient of 5 Ballon d'Or titles. However, the club's fortunes unfolded quite differently from expectation. The highly anticipated striker, born in 2000, struggled on the pitch, scoring only 5 goals in 38 appearances across all competition, which raised questions about his hefty price tag. Sancho's performance in the Premier League failed to meet expectations, as he appeared to struggle against the league's robust defenders, leading to a noticeable decline in his confidence under the new management of coach Eric Ten Hag. Despite this, Sancho did leave his mark with poignant moments, such as his swift interception against Chelsea and a notable display in the Champions League, particularly when he scored against Villarreal and collaborated impressively with Michael Carrick. However, these are just the rare instances where the English star manages to garner attention from the audience. Despite early signs of prosperity in Ten Hag's tenure with an abundance of goals, he had to look to the mentor, born in 1970, to recoup his form following off-field setbacks. The Dutchman's tactics are commendable, but ultimately, it was the student's aftermath controversy after last season's match against Arsenal that strained the relationship to the tipping point. Number 25 was axed from the squad, even ousted from the first team, only rekindling hope for his career when former team Borussia Dortmund provided assistance. While the seasoned player from Man City may boast about reaching the Champions League final, the German club remains uninterested in acquiring him. This showcases Jadon Sancho's perhaps ineffective talent, yet luck once again smiled upon him as coach Eric Ten Hag and management made efforts to reconcile his return to training and playing for the Old Trafford team. Despite the former Ajax captain's admiration for the budding talent of the 2000-born striker, future remains uncertain. Manchester United is open to selling Jadon Sancho if they receive a suitable offer, according to reports from British media. The Red Devils have set a hefty price tag of £40 million for the English player, which many consider to be excessive. Despite several clubs showing interest in Sancho, none have made an official bid, staying at the preliminary stages of exploration. The 24-year-old winger still holds potential in leagues beyond England, but the asking price for Manchester United is seen as a deterrent. Uncertainty surrounds jersey number 25. Clubs like Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, and Chelsea reportedly keen on acquiring the former Dortmund star. However, these discussions remain speculative, and it appears Sancho may continue with the Theatre of Dreams this season. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano hinted at possible changes when he noted that Sancho could potentially exit this summer. With the transfer window's final week fast approaching, Manchester United remains connected to Sancho's situation. Paris Saint-Germain, although listed as an interested party, has yet to make a formal offer. Meanwhile, Juventus has emerged as a new contender in this unfolding race. In recent developments, it has emerged that Thiago Motta no longer considers the aging player, who once expressed a desire for a striker born in 2000 to replace Federico Chiesa, part of his plan. Meanwhile, Turin is reportedly looking for a switch despite the Italian star's injury woes, which makes such a deal unlikely. Sky Sports journalist Dames has reported that Juventus is in discussions on personal terms with Sancho, aiming to wrap up the move before the summer transfer window ends. Representatives from the Serie A side met with Manchester United last week, propose a loan arrangement with a buy option for the player born in 2000. Analysts believe this move benefits both clubs. Juventus gets a strong replacement for Chiesa, and the Italian league offers an ideal setting for the English player to shine at a moderate pace. Moreover, former assistant of Sir Alex, René Mollin, suggested that Manchester United's Sancho, wearing the number 25, did move on for personal career growth, as being outside of Eric Ten Hag's strategy would cause larger issues for the club. The media often inquires about Jadon Sancho's situation. While he showcased his talent in a Borussia Dortmund jersey last season, unfortunately, his journey at Manchester United hasn't been as successful. With Juventus considering a loan deal followed by a buyout, Manchester United is supporting the idea. However, there's concern over the initial £40 million price tag being steep for Juventus. According to RMC Sport, Manchester United is willing to lower the amount to £30 million to expedite the deal. Juventus can opt to pay £25.4 million upfront, the additional fees totaling the £30 million requested by the Red Devils. With the potential fee nearing agreement, the big question remains Sancho's hefty salary. £250,000 a week, it's far beyond the typical Serie A wage scale. That's why Juventus aims to finalize personal terms before meeting Manchester United's management to seal the deal. Alternatively, the 24-year-old forward could lower his salary to gain more playing time, as remaining at Old Trafford may limit his chances with the first team. Coach Eric Ten Hag has previously highlighted the intense competition within the squad. Currently, only 11 players secure starting roles, while 7 to 8 others are benched. Some players will inevitably feel disappointed when not selected, but such is the nature of the team, having a strong squad with ideally 2 players for each position. Selecting everyone is impossible, but every player is needed, especially since fitness will be crucial throughout the season. It's also important to manage both the physical demands and the players' mentalities. We're aiming to assemble the strongest possible squad. Manchester United remains competitive and demonstrates ambition with new additions bolstering the team. Of course, some players will have to handle disappointment, understanding that success requires more than just 11 players, demands the full depth of the squad. In the initial match against Fulham, Jaden Sancho was notably absent from the lineup. Official reports cite an ear infection hindering his performance, but reports from the UK reveal that Sancho was present and interacting normally with teammates in the dressing room at Old Trafford before the game kicked off. However, once the team list was announced, he was unexpectedly absent from the stands, where he would have been alongside Rasmus Højlund, Lenny Yoro, and Tom Heaton. It appears Sancho, wearing number 25, left midway, dealing undervalued, further fueling speculation about his departure in pursuit of a new opportunity. According to respected Italian football journalist Fabrizio Romano, the sticking point in potential negotiations is Sancho's salary. If he's willing to accept a pay cut to join the old lady, the deal could be finalized before this summer's transfer window closes. There's plenty of evidence suggesting Jaden Sancho's permanent departure this summer, marking an official end to any hopes of a loan like nearly a year ago. Many fans may feel sadness over this, considering how the English star dazzled at Dortmund, establishing himself as Europe's most sought-after attacking talent. However, his fondness for special treatment ultimately hindered him at the Theatre of Dreams. Juventus now appears to be an ideal next step for the former Man City player to rediscover his top form. We wish him success and to see if he'll consider reducing his wages, allowing Manchester United to make quick personnel adjustments for the upcoming season.